Sorry, continuing on, a read-up of the tour. Now, interestingly, this one would have been a relative on my mom's side of the family. I'm gonna guess it was the one that owned the tavern or restaurant uptown, which is still locally owned. It was known as it was ran by a guy named William Mulcahe, but my mother's been deceased for 13 years now, or well, actually, yeah, 14 years. But she was a Mulcahe. The original Mulcahes had 14 kids, Joseph and Angeline. Turned out to be railroaders. This one. Some more pictures of the Jubilee. Oh, no, this is Napanee. Sorry, this is the Napanee, Indiana Jubilee, which is further west. Nowadays it's very Amish, but I think they still have a stop up there in Elkhart County next to the New York Central Museum, which was another huge shop. Actually, it's the yard up there for Norfolk Southern is one of the largest in the eastern half of the United States. It's absolutely huge. But anyway, ends this there. Moving along. Hopefully you're not too bored. And then here's a reference of a new platform that was built, a safety platform, designed by Harry Rees, one of the gentlemen that I just showed you. As you can see, it was made from scrap pipe and joints and old superheater units. And this is what it looked like. Not necessarily too much unlike the platform we have in the shops for the Fort Wayne Railroad, except ours is made out of wood. It's a wooden set of steps. But this was a big improvement than just hanging off the side of the engine or using the grab irons to do firebox work or get up and down, as you can see. Oh, that's the Ohio Division. Let's see. This was 1925. black tie vent. Feel free to pause it if you can't necessarily read this. And if you're interested, but this is about all the information that can be garnered about Garrett. There's a few things when staffing changed during the shop days, and there is reference to a guy that was a welder in one of the Boilermaker magazines. I may have forgotten to save that link, but it is there. It is unfortunate that not much was saved from the old shops or of Garrett's railroad history. It's still very important. It's still the subdivision. They still do have a repair and place track. Whoops. And they can fuel up here, and they do have some locals that come out of Garrett here, but it's nowhere near as important as it was 100 years ago, and they've been trying to do away with it, I suppose, for some time. But since it's the midway point between Willard and Chicago, it's somewhat still needed for recrewing, refueling, and doing minor things to the engines and cars. They also have a maintenance away here for this area, repairing like the signals and crossings and things like that, and repairing the rails. And occasionally see a lorem rail grinder come along. It's pretty neat. There's sparks shooting out the bottom, especially at night. You can kind of see if they're doing it then. And moving along, there's that one. And here's the pipe bender that I referenced, made by Bill Mulcahe, or William Mulcahe, as you can see. And there are many railroads that made similar things using hydraulic or air pistons to bend pipes or shape them for boiler work. But I'll go ahead and let you read it again. I don't know if this went with the shops when they left Garrett, or if they kept this in the roundhouse. It is entirely possible for them to do flue work in a roundhouse. It wasn't unknown on several railroads for that to be done, changing out flues or doing minor firebox work or repairs with a welder, or, you know, repairing the pipes as a minor running repair. But the heavy rebuild would have been done at a back shop like Willard or Chicago or Montclair or Collinswood, for that matter, in Pennsylvania, or Washington, Indiana, which also had a huge roundhouse. Whoops, sorry, I'll go a little slower so you can read it. And this looks like it would have been on the outside of the machine shop, maybe. I can't quite make out the background, but here you have a cart and a engineer's brake lever to control the flow of air, and you have a heavyweight car, what was called a Pullman heavy car brake cylinder, and then you have the dies, those three circular things that could be adjusted depending on the dimensions of the bend, mostly for arch tubes. I'm going to stop here and get my next set of